Hello and welcome to this session. Today what we are doing is we're going to take a look at what the difference is between product and market orientation. Then at the end we're going to do a bit of evaluation about which one is the best approach to use. But to start off with, let's understand with what we mean by product orientation. So essentially, product orientation is a business approach focused on perfecting the product itself, assuming that customers will buy it due to its quality or features. So majority of the business's focus and efforts will be put into developing a high quality product. The idea is that the business believes the product will sell well. So rather than getting information from the customers and the market about what type of product they would want, the business focuses on building a product that they think they will like. Now, a great example of product orientation was when Ford first originally started. Henry Ford's famous quote, "If I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses." So you can see from Henry Ford's perspective, he didn't really want to understand what the market wanted. He wanted to produce a really good and high quality product to then sell to the market, which obviously we know would be cars and obviously how popular they are today. And the reason why businesses will tend to focus on product orientation is because the strengths of the business then becomes the center of its decision making. You'll normally find that the more innovative and creative a business is, they will adopt more of a product orientation approach, because when we are trying to innovate, come out with things new, well, customers don't necessarily know what they want, which is completely brand new. So how this basically works, the business will then produce their product, focus on really developing these high quality features, and then focus on selling the product. So we focus on producing a high quality and product service first, then look to try and sell it. So what are the main advantages and disadvantages of this product orientated approach? Well, so first off, the main advantage is that we are focusing all of our efforts on the quality and innovation of the product. We truly believe as a business, our core competencies is delivering these high quality products that the market will end up liking. And as we said, we are focusing on our core competencies. We're focusing on what we do best, the elegant design of our products or services. And because we are focusing mainly on trying to create this unique, this new, this innovative product, this potentially can give us that competitive advantage through differentiation. Because the problem is, if you're trying to differentiate but asking customers what they want, your competitors are going to be doing the exact same thing. And if all your competitors know what your customers want, so do you end up producing a product which is fairly similar to each other. That's why you want to be focusing on innovating and producing your unique product with your own company skills, core competencies. And because you are kind of trusting your staff to become more autonomous, to become empowered, because you want them to be more creative, this can lead to a highly motivated workforce. And as well, as Henry Ford said, if I asked customers what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. We have to understand that sometimes customers may not know what they want until they see it. However, there are certain drawbacks that we do need to focus on, because we aren't looking at what the customer needs, expectations and preferences are. So if we make a product, there is no guarantee that we are going to be accepted by those customers, because we're not really focusing on what they are looking for. So you'll normally find with these highly innovative and highly creative businesses, there is a lot of failure. And obviously when we do fail these innovative product ideas, of course there's a lot of resources that have to go into them as well. Money, time, effort, raw materials, all of them have gone to waste. And this once again may lead to slower responses to market change, because once again, we're not focusing on what the market wants, so we're ignoring how the market is changing. We're just focusing on our core competencies. So now we've had a look at what we mean by product orientation, let's take a look at market orientation. And as you could probably pick out, is pretty much the opposite. Because this time when we look at market orientation, this time it's a business approach that prioritizes understanding and meeting customer needs to guide product development and strategy. So the customers then become the center point around which our decisions are made. So how we go about doing this? we conduct our market research, really trying to understand what our customers are wanting and what their customer needs are. Then we produce a product, then we look at selling products. Now we still want to focus on developing a high quality product, but this time all of the product specification has been built out to try and meet different customer needs and wants. So what are some of the main advantages and disadvantages of using this market orientation approach? So by getting the information from the market, it means that our products are now tailored to customer needs. And if we are tailoring our products to customer needs, we potentially increase our levels of customer satisfaction and we get more loyal customers. And we know when we get more loyal customers, more repeat purchase tends to happen. And of course, we have more sales. You'll find as well the business will be trying to focus solely on what the market is doing, how the market is changing. Now, when the market does begin to change, if we are operating in a dynamic market, because we are focused on a market orientation approach, the business will tend to respond quicker to changes in the market. And by having this customer-centric approach may mean that we are building a positive brand image and reputation because it shows that we are truly caring about what the customer needs and wants are and how we can best deliver on those. And also, because we know what customers are looking for, there is a less risk of us obviously failing with our product development, but of course that doesn't mean it's completely zero. So, what are some of the drawbacks now of this market orientation approach? Well, the first thing is obviously looking at the process of how we conduct market orientation. Step 1, conducting market research, understanding customer needs and wants. Now, by constantly conducting market research, of course, is going to increase your costs. And it also can lead to slower decision making because every time we are trying to make a product, we first have to conduct that market research. And of course, conducting market research, especially if it's primary, can take a lot of time. And the next drawback is that there may be a sense of overemphasizing on what customers are looking for. And just by truly focusing on what customers' needs and wants are, we're kind of neglecting, the business's innovation. Because as we said sometimes customers don't know what they want until they see it. So if we are building our product or service just to meet their customer needs and our rivals are innovating and potentially building a better product and service than we are, then it's going to be quite hard for us to compete against them. And customer demands may lead to also lower prices because if we're asking what customers want, they want the best quality product at the cheapest prices. Now, if we truly are trying to meet all their needs and reducing our prices, we are potentially decreasing our profit margins in the process. So by now, you should know what the main difference between market and product orientation is. So the last thing for us to do is evaluate which is the best approach. Now, when we look at product and market orientation, just be aware that this is a bit of a spectrum. Businesses can be fully product orientated or fully market orientated. However, you'll find that most businesses are somewhere in the middle between them. So when we are looking at which is the best approach, there's a couple of depends on factors that we need to focus on. Firstly, the main depends on factor in terms of which is better will depend on the industry type. So are we a business or are we in an industry that highly values innovation, or do we focus and highly value our customer trends? We also need to consider, what are our company strengths? Do we have a company and our core competencies focused around research and development and we've got highly skilled engineers who love to innovate? Or do we have our company strengths of understanding what customer wants? Next up, we have to think of the competitive landscape. Because for example, if all of our competitors are looking at this market orientated approach where they're just trying to meet customer needs and wants, then does that give us the opportunity to focus on product orientation? Think of Tesla. Tesla was one of the first businesses to make electric cars. No one wanted electric cars at that stage. So Tesla really focused on the product orientation approach. And because of that, they are now one of the market leaders in their industry. It will also depend on what stage we are in the product life cycle of where we continue to try and innovate the products in our development phase, or we just want to get more products out there as much as possible. And finally, it will depend on what our company objectives are. So for example, if our company objectives are really centered around increasing sales volume, increasing our market share, and really trying to just satisfy customer needs and wants, then probably market orientation is the better approach. Versus if we have company objectives similar to Amazon, who are mainly focusing on innovation, then of course product orientation is probably the best approach to go for. Thank you so much for watching this session on the differences between product and market orientation. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.